Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Deena Ghazarian, the founder and CEO of Austere. Thank you for joining us, Deena.
Thank you for having me, Fred.
Well, it's great that you're able to join us again. And for people who aren't familiar with the company, let's talk a little bit about the background once again. Give us the overview.
You got it. So Austere is a home theater accessories company. We've been in business since 2019. So just not even quite a year old. Our birthday, I guess, is in August. So we are a company that is focused on taking accessories, which tends to be not a very glamorous type of product, and we've leveraged design with the betterment of technology and functionality and brought those two worlds together to create what I would call an amazing experience for the home theater customer. What we've noticed is that a lot of customers are focusing on the home, probably especially now more than ever before. And what they're doing is they're looking for products from different manufacturers, such as the TV companies, appliance companies, where really the hardware experience has stepped up in its look. And there is definitely a design factor that is going to consumers' homes, and they're looking for hardware that supports that. Accessories actually has not been a category that is focused on that area. So we saw the opportunity and came to market with what I would consider some gorgeous product with a great experience, with a lot of value at a great price, and have started really kind of making a good dent in the category for the customer that's looking for just as beautiful accessories to go with their beautiful hardware devices.
Yeah, so you're around just about a year or so, but you've expanded your product range already. Give us an update on what's new.
Absolutely. So our major two categories since when we last talked is we did bring our power product to market. So power surge surge protection in the home is a very big deal for us. One of the things that I've noticed about the category is the education to the consumer has not been as strong as it should be. And what I mean by that is when you think about surge protection, you think about joules, and most customers have an understanding that joules are that protection factor, and the more joules you have, the better your surge protection. And what they don't realize is that in that surge protection, joules are really like money in a bank account, and all of those brownouts, blackouts, when you plug in the vacuum and the home kind of does that little surge thing, those are different experiences that kind of run down the joule money in your bank account. And eventually, no matter what happens with the surge protection product, you will run out of joules that will not protect the rest of the components in your system anymore once you're out. So there's two things you need to look for in a surge protector. Number one, you want to try to find the most amount of joules as possible. So our two different lineups have a 3,000 joule and 4,000 joule backing to them. 3,000 joules probably last you about 5 to 7 years, just depending on where you live and the different activity on the grid in your area. And 4,000 joules will last you about 8 to 10 years. So a really long time versus maybe a simple little strip that you might buy out of a mass market type of retailer or online that, though it seems reasonable in price, most of them are $10 or $20. If you're lucky, it has joules, and if it has joules, it probably has no more than 500, which wouldn't get you past a year. So that's definitely something that's super important. And then the other major factor in our product is we have an indicator to let you know when you're out. I would guarantee you 99% of the product on the market does not. So knowing when you're out is probably just as critical as knowing how much you have and about the time frame you need to know when it becomes time to replace it. So the way that we're educating the customers, really a surge protector is a lot like a mattress. If you not only want that safety of your hardware, but then more importantly, want to make sure that that safety in your home, the device is protecting you from, you take a surge, the device isn't protecting, it gets hot, potentially could catch on fire, you're really putting your home and your family at risk. So you want to make sure that you have those two things locked up, and that's definitely something Austere brings to the table for power.
So it's
that's
power outlets and USB ports as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the other great thing about that product is we're definitely a big believer in that USB power is still continuing to move forward in a huge way. So all of our USB, we have 2 USB-As, which are the traditional USB that everybody's used to, and 3 USB-C, which are the new USB charging ports that you're finding on laptops. The iPad Pro is a good example. A lot of the Android phones all use USB-C to charge. Those all are 2.4 amperage across the board, so that fast charging that everybody likes and is used to. But then more importantly, in our 7 series, we have the last USB-C as a 45-watt PD or power delivery, which is the new type of GaN technology that allows you to charge at even higher rapid speeds. So for example, most people when they charge their laptop have to carry around that huge transformer that we're all used to. That actually can go away. You can use a simple USB-C cable. You can plug that into our Austere 7 series directly into your computer. And if I had a dead MacBook or a dead ThinkPad, I could go from 0 to about 95% in 45 minutes. It's rapid fast. So we're very excited about the movement forward with GaN technology, and you'll see a lot more of that coming from us as we continue to put out more products.
Terrific. What else is new in the line?
So outside of power, the other great product, which is very timely right now, is our Clean and Protect product. So I know most people out there look and know about, I would say, cleaning products for technology, being that technology is very unique in the way that they actually put out their products. For example, on a flat panel, there is a coating that goes across for better picture. If you were to use something like a Windex and or ammonia on the outside of that, you will strip that coating from your panel. The second that coating is stripped, you've actually nullified your warranty. So if anything were else to go wrong and someone were to check out the product, they would be like, oh, the coating's off the front of the TV, the warranty is null. So we have made a product not only that is natural and chemical free to prevent that, we've also found a solution to make it actually antibacterial, where you can spray and it will kill most of the bacteria on any screen device, not just your television. So I'm finding that my Clean and Protect is like by my side. It's cleaning down my laptop every morning. It's cleaning down my phone every morning or a couple times a day. So it's really become a very relevant product, and we've seen a huge surge in our Clean and Protect product in the market just because of everything that's going on with the pandemic.
And of course, we're all being told to keep washing our hands all the time. But then
right.
If you touch that screen and you haven't cleaned that, you're not doing much good, are you?
Well, there's a lot of research out there that shows even during normal times that sometimes the phone might be a little bit dirtier than other things we don't want to talk about. What's great about our Clean and Protect is though it was made originally for home theater, people are buying it and using it across all of their products to really kind of have that peace of mind that they're doing their best to keep it not only clean, but also protected from bacteria, which is huge right now.
Also, you've got some new HDMI cables that are 8K capable. Tell me about that, and what's the market for that?
We do. So 8K is obviously, there is a new transition in regards to TVs, in regards to 8K, and looking at an even crisper, high definition picture that's coming through. It's more lifelike than I've ever seen. For those people who have not seen an 8K demo yet, you feel like it is real life. It is that much of an upgrade from our current amazing 4K experience, which we're super excited about. The dilemma so far has been there's not been a lot of content for that 8K television in the market. The good news is that our friends in the gaming category are bringing the first 2 devices to market that will actually support 8K content, and that is the PlayStation and the Xbox. So we are getting a lot of conversation around our 8K cables and the focus around gaming and the gaming consumer who is looking for an HDMI cable that can cover the bandwidth that's needed for these 2 devices that are coming out. Because if there wasn't ever more of an experience that you needed to be lifelike, the gamers are probably the most passionate about it. So we're super excited and seeing a lot of movement around our 8K cable in regards to gaming. 8K is actually being driven by HDMI, which I'm super excited about. We're one of the few people on the 4K side that actually certifies our HDMI cable. We are doing the same thing on our 8K cable where you need that ultra certification. The one thing that's great about HDMI right now is that once they put out the final specs, you have to have that cable certified in order for HDMI to prove it in the market. So for the first time in regards to HDMI, HDMI.org is pushing their certification and requiring it because the bandwidth is so critical that you can't go out into the market without something that's going to pass the signal or it will fail. What they say is that there's about 4 HDMI current cables that you need in that 2.0B standard to be able to actually cover one 8K signal. So it's a significant upgrade, and you need the right cable to be able to support it.
And as you mentioned, Deena, at the outset, with all of these products, you pay an awful lot of attention to design.
We do. Design is critical. So if you look at what's in the market and you look at how people, our demographic, and let me take a step back, our demographic that we are focused on, we talk to before creating the brand, is really that 35 to 55-year-old. Most of the systems that they're setting up, they're doing it themselves, or they're setting up their own home office. This whole work from home that's actually continuing to massively grow is another yet focus where people want a gorgeous look in their home for their system. And usually the plastic and some of the products that are in the accessories category are not very good looking to match that hardware. So with the major focus on people going back into the home, setting up their home theaters for their family, setting up their home offices for themselves, and that working from home environment, design is critical for them. And so our products are now seeing this uptick in excitement around, wow, I can put together this whole system and have every piece of it look glamorous. It could be out, it could show, but at least the pieces that are showing are good looking, number one. Number two, we leverage that design and the functionality of the product. So when you actually get your hands on our product and you touch it and you feel it, it's amazing in regards to the textures. But for example, we have a beautiful weave on our cables. It looks nice, but it's made with a Kevlar steel that allows us the ability to kind of weave it like a fabric. So you can actually wrap it around your finger and super tight, and then when you undo it, it's not kinked. That woven armor would allow, honestly, if for some reason you had an animal like a pet try to gnaw on it, they couldn't bite through it because that steel is the strongest steel out there in regards to Kevlar that's being used for the materials. It also gives you that flexibility where on a reinforcement where the cable connector meets the cable, you could bend it in a full 90 and actually fit in some of the tightest places with the way that you're setting up your product. So though it looks great, the functionality the design allowed us to be able to make is really kind of outstanding for the consumer who's setting it up and really putting themselves in any kind of situation. Our cable comes through for that.
Terrific. And for more info, folks can head to austere.com. It's AUSTERE.com. Keep up the great work. Deena Ghazarian, thanks for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.